Welcome, everyone, to our channel. It's truly wonderful to have you here today, joining a conversation that touches the very core of what it means to be human, our dreams. We all have them, don't we? Those shimmering visions of a better life, a wildly successful career, or perhaps mastering an exciting new skill. These aren't just fleeting thoughts, they are the fuel that ignites our ambitions, the promises we make to ourselves about the future. They represent our deepest desires and highest potential. From grand entrepreneurial ventures to learning a new language or finally writing that novel, dreams infuse our lives with purpose. But here's a crucial question. Why do so many of these powerful aspirations never truly materialize? Why do countless brilliant ideas, heartfelt wishes, and ambitious plans remain just that, ideas and plans, locked away in imagination, never breaking through into reality? Many cherished dreams end up as little more than mental notes, gathering dust, never seeing the light of day. They exist as vague concepts without concrete form or progress, often because they lack one absolutely critical element, a deadline. Today, we are going to dive deep into a powerful truth that often stands as the single most critical differentiator between a dream that flourishes and one that fades. Dreams die without deadlines. This isn't just a catchy phrase, it's a fundamental principle of human achievement, a cornerstone of turning potential into reality. It's about understanding that while the initial spark of inspiration is vital, it's the structured application of time, the imposition of a clear endpoint, that truly breathes life into our aspirations and transforms them from ephemeral hopes into tangible accomplishments. Without a specific date by which to achieve something, the energy of a dream often dissipates, diluted by the endless expanse of time and the myriad distractions of daily life. We'll explore exactly how deadlines provide indispensable clarity, relentlessly combat procrastination, actively build vital discipline, and ultimately lead to profound achievement. Get ready to transform your fervent desires into concrete actions, rather than letting them remain ambiguous notions that never quite take shape. Consider for a moment the sheer, unadulterated power that a deadline wields. Why does this seemingly simple concept, a specific time by which something must be completed, hold such immense power to shape the destiny of our dreams? Imagine a magnificent, state-of-the-art vessel, a colossal ship designed for grand voyages across vast oceans. This ship is filled with potential, equipped with the latest technology, and capable of reaching distant shores. Now, envision this incredible ship embarking on a journey without any specific destination, no charted course, and, critically, no estimated time of arrival. What happens? It might sail for a while, powered by initial enthusiasm. It might drift aimlessly, beautiful but fundamentally lost. It could encounter storms, run out of supplies, or simply lose all sense of direction. Without a clear port of call or a specific date to reach it, that magnificent ship, despite all its potential, is destined to merely float, forever adrift, never completing its intended voyage. This powerful analogy mirrors precisely what happens to a dream that lacks a deadline. Your dream is that magnificent ship. It possesses incredible potential, fueled by your passion, your skills, and your deepest desires. But without a clearly defined destination and a specific time to get there, it's left to the whims of the currents, susceptible to distractions, and ultimately, unable to make concrete progress. The deadline, in this context, isn't just an arbitrary end date. It is the specific destination, the navigational beacon, the precise arrival time that provides direction, structure, and an undeniable impetus for action. It's the compass that guides you, the map that details your route, and the schedule that dictates your maneuvers. It transforms a vague yearning into a concrete mission, compelling you to plan, prepare, and actively embark on your journey with purpose. Think about the profound difference between saying, "I want to write a book to share my stories," and stating, "I will complete the first draft of chapter 1 of my book by the end of this month." The first statement, while inspiring, is a dream that floats without an anchor. It's a wonderful idea, full of potential, but entirely open-ended. The second statement, however, transforms that ethereal dream into a concrete, measurable goal, and most importantly, it attaches a clear, non-negotiable timeframe for its completion. This is where the magic happens. The difference is monumental. When you set that deadline, by the end of this month, the book moves from a hopeful abstraction to a tangible project demanding your immediate attention and strategic planning. You immediately begin to think about what needs to be done today and tomorrow to ensure you hit that mark. This isn't merely a semantic shift, it's a profound psychological one. A goal without a deadline allows the mind to postpone action indefinitely, to file it away under things to do someday. But a goal with a deadline creates a necessary sense of urgency, a powerful internal clock that begins ticking. This urgency isn't about undue stress. Rather, it's about generating a strong, undeniable motivation that compels you to take immediate action, to break free from inertia, and to begin working towards your objective right now, rather than continuously pushing it off into an ever-receding future. It's the difference between merely contemplating a journey and actually packing your bags, buying your ticket, and setting off. The deadline effectively closes the escape hatch of indefinite postponement, forcing you to engage with your aspiration in a concrete, actionable way. Welcome back to our channel. We all harbor dreams, aspirations for a better life, a thriving career, or a new, exciting skill. But have you ever wondered why so many of these dreams never truly materialize? A vast number of aspirations remain mere concepts in our minds because they lack one crucial, essential element: a deadline. Today, we are diving deep into a powerful and profoundly impactful truth: dreams die without deadlines. Let's explore how to transform your burning desires into concrete actions, rather than letting them remain vague notions that never take shape. Why do deadlines possess such a profound power to shape the destiny of our dreams? Imagine an aspiration without a deadline. It's like a colossal ship without a clear destination. It might drift endlessly across the vast ocean, never making port, never completing its voyage. A deadline is that specific destination, a compass guiding you to orient, plan in detail, and embark on your journey most effectively. When you say, "I want to write a book to share my stories," that's a wonderful, inspiring dream. But when you set, "I will complete the first chapter draft of my book by the end of this month," that dream is transformed into a specific, measurable goal, and most importantly, it has a clear completion time. The difference lies in how a goal with a deadline creates a necessary sense of urgency, a powerful impetus that compels you to take action immediately instead of continually postponing. It's the difference between merely contemplating a journey and actually packing your bags, buying your ticket, and setting off. The deadline effectively closes the escape hatch of indefinite postponement, forcing you to engage with your aspiration in a concrete, actionable way. This forced engagement is where the magic truly begins. Without a deadline, a task, no matter how important or meaningful, often remains in the realm of someday. And as we all know, someday is a mythical land where dreams go to languish and eventually perish. Think about it. How many times have you told yourself, "I'll start exercising tomorrow," or "I'll finally learn to code this year," only for those intentions to dissolve into the ether of busy schedules and competing priorities? Procrastination, that insidious thief of time and potential, thrives in the absence of a firm cutoff point. Deadlines confront procrastination head-on by creating a necessary psychological shift. They transform an abstract desire into a tangible commitment. When you establish a specific completion date, your brain automatically begins to categorize that dream not as a distant possibility, but as an impending reality. This mental reframing is critical. It triggers a cascade of cognitive processes, moving you from passive ideation to active problem-solving and planning. Suddenly, questions like, "What do I need to do first?" and "How much time can I realistically allocate each day?" come to the forefront. The deadline acts as a filter, helping you distinguish between essential actions and time-wasting distractions. It imposes a structure, turning a nebulous wish into a series of manageable steps that must be accomplished by a certain time. This is why learning a new language, regularly exercising to improve health, or launching that side project you've long cherished can all be indefinitely postponed without a clear end date. When you commit, "I will achieve B1 English proficiency in the next 6 months for my job," you automatically schedule study sessions, seek out suitable materials, and actively look for practice opportunities every day. Without a deadline, that promise to yourself easily gets lost amidst the daily grind and other concerns. A deadline isn't merely a time marker. It's an incredibly effective disciplinary tool that forces you to confront the task and complete it. It creates a healthy push, helping you overcome laziness and aversion to difficulty. This isn't about creating undue stress. It's about harnessing a constructive form of pressure. This pressure acts as a powerful motivator, providing the necessary jolt to move past initial inertia. It's the difference between merely hoping for a promotion and actively working towards specific goals with set completion dates, preparing yourself for that next step. Without those dates, the effort tends to be sporadic, inconsistent, and ultimately, less effective. Moreover, deadlines cultivate focus and discipline, two indispensable qualities for achieving any significant goal. When a deadline looms, your mind tends to narrow its scope, prioritizing tasks that directly contribute to its fulfillment. peripheral distractions fade into the background. This intensified focus not only improves efficiency but also trains your brain to concentrate for sustained periods, a skill invaluable in all areas of life. Consider the writer who dreams of penning a novel. Without a deadline, they might spend years thinking about the story, endlessly researching, or getting sidetracked by other creative pursuits. But impose a deadline, say, the first draft will be completed in 6 months, and suddenly, every writing session becomes sacred, every word counts, and procrastination loses its appeal. The deadline becomes a non-negotiable commitment, a pact with yourself that strengthens your resolve and reinforces positive habits. This discipline isn't just about meeting external requirements, it's about building internal resilience. Each time you meet a self-imposed deadline, you build confidence and self-efficacy. You learn to trust yourself to follow through, to execute your plans, and to overcome obstacles. This cumulative effect strengthens your mental fortitude, making you more capable of tackling increasingly ambitious goals. The absence of deadlines, conversely, fosters a culture of deferment. It subtly communicates to your subconscious that commitment is optional, that goals are fluid, and that effort can always be delayed. Over time, this erodes motivation and breeds a sense of unfulfilled potential. Those vibrant dreams, once so vivid and inspiring, slowly dim, becoming faint echoes of what might have been. They don't explode in a dramatic fashion. Rather, they wither away quietly, succumbing to the slow rot of inaction and perpetual postponement. So, when we talk about dreams dying without deadlines, we are not just speaking metaphorically. We are referring to the very real process by which unchecked procrastination and a lack of clear accountability suffocate potential. The dream itself might still exist in your mind, but its vitality, its chance of ever becoming tangible, diminishes with each passing day that it lacks a definitive finish line. The vibrant energy and initial excitement that fueled the dream at its inception slowly dissipate, replaced by a sense of resignation or even regret. Deadlines act as life support for these dreams, infusing them with urgency, structure, and accountability. They are the essential mechanisms that transform vague desires into actionable plans and ultimately, into lived realities. Understanding this profound truth is the first step towards taking control of your aspirations. It's about recognizing that while the dream itself provides the inspiration, the deadline provides the ignition, the fuel, and the navigation system needed to embark on your journey. Without that ignition, even the most beautifully designed ship remains tethered to the dock. It won't sail itself. It needs a crew, a captain, and most importantly, a clear destination with an arrival time. In the next section, we'll explore how to set these powerful deadlines in the most effective and intelligent way, ensuring they serve as catalysts for success, not sources of unnecessary stress. So, we've established that deadlines are the anchors keeping our dreams from drifting, transforming vague aspirations into concrete achievements. Now, how do we set these powerful deadlines effectively, ensuring they act as catalysts for success, not sources of stress? This involves strategic planning, turning someday into by then. It's about being deliberate, making deadlines work for you. The first foundational step is embracing the SMART goal framework: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Understanding each is key. A specific goal clearly defines what you want. Instead of "I want to be healthier," aim for "I will run a 10K race." This precision eliminates ambiguity, focusing your efforts on a clear target. Next, your goal must be measurable. How will you track progress and know when it's achieved? Measurable goals provide tangible evidence, offering crucial feedback and maintaining motivation. Quantify success. For our 10K, completing it in under 60 minutes is a measurable outcome, helping you gauge your trajectory. An effective deadline is also tied to an achievable goal. While dreaming big is valuable, goals must be realistic and within your current capabilities. If you've never run, a marathon in 2 weeks isn't achievable. A 10K in 6 months might be with training. Achievable goals build confidence, prevent burnout, and motivate by showing what's possible. Furthermore, your goal needs to be relevant. Does it align with your broader life vision, values, and aspirations? Is it genuinely important to you? Pursuing a relevant goal ensures your efforts are invested in something meaningful, contributing to your overall happiness. If it doesn't resonate, commitment will likely falter. Relevance fuels intrinsic motivation. And finally, the T in SMART, time-bound. Every effective goal must have a deadline. This firm completion date transforms an aspiration into an urgent commitment. I will complete the 10K race by October 31st. This time constraint creates vital urgency, forcing you to plan, prioritize, and act. Without a deadline, even the best goal languishes, falling victim to procrastination. The time-bound element activates other components, propelling you forward decisively. Once SMART goals are defined, especially for larger aspirations, break that big dream into smaller, manageable milestones, each with its own mini deadline. Think climbing a mountain with deadlines for base camps. If writing a book, set deadlines for chapter outlines, then drafting chapter 1, then chapter 2. These smaller deadlines create continuous progress, keeping momentum alive and preventing overwhelm. Each small victory reinforces commitment, turning an intimidating journey into achievable sprints. The power of these intermediate deadlines is huge. They provide regular opportunities to assess progress, make adjustments, and celebrate small wins. For learning a new language, instead of a distant fluency deadline, set monthly deadlines for mastering vocabulary or conversational topics. This makes the journey less daunting, offering tangible proof of consistent progress. Each stepping stone confirms your trajectory, fostering sustainable development. Another powerful tactic is public accountability. Share your goals and deadlines with trusted friends, family, mentors, or your social media community. A profound psychological shift occurs when you publicly declare intentions. This significantly increases commitment, as you have a shared stake in success. The desire to avoid letting others down becomes a powerful motivator. Knowing others are aware provides the nudge to stay on track, especially when motivation wanes. This external expectation combats procrastination. Integrating rewards and consequences further enhances adherence. When you meet a mini deadline, celebrate. A small reward, like a favorite meal or break, reinforces positive behavior, making the journey enjoyable. Rewards maintain motivation and prevent burnout. If you miss a deadline, reflect honestly. Was it unrealistic? Did you underestimate? Use it as a learning opportunity, adjust your approach, and recommit. This disciplined self-assessment transforms setbacks into stepping stones. Understand that deadlines, though firm, aren't rigid shackles for stress. They are flexible frameworks guiding efforts. Sometimes, a deadline needs adjustment due to unforeseen circumstances or deeper understanding. Make these adjustments deliberately and purposefully, not as an excuse for procrastination. Re-evaluating a deadline, communicating the change, and setting a new, realistic one shows good planning and self-awareness. The ultimate goal is consistent progress, adapting, but always maintaining forward momentum. Ultimately, by embracing the SMART framework, breaking goals into milestones, leveraging public accountability, and implementing rewards and constructive reflection, you transform deadlines from a daunting concept into your most reliable ally. This approach cultivates invaluable life skills, discipline, resilience, and exceptional time management. You develop a powerful get-it-done mentality that permeates every facet of life. Deadlines empower you to take control, to stop wishing and truly start doing, bringing cherished dreams from imagination into the tangible reality you desire. Embrace the power of the deadline, and watch your dreams take flight. Embracing the deadline's power truly allows your dreams to take flight. But how exactly does this transformation occur? Why is it that so many brilliant aspirations wither and die, never reaching fruition? The answer often lies in the absence of a defined endpoint. Without deadlines, our most ambitious ideas remain nebulous, existing only in someday, where countless great intentions fade. Procrastination, that insidious thief of potential, thrives in this indefinite landscape. When there's no urgent call to action, no concrete commitment to a date, tasks inevitably stretch. Your novel, new language, or side project, without a deadline, these are perpetually tomorrow, a tomorrow that seldom arrives. Deadlines inject vital urgency, transforming vague desire into a tangible requirement. This compels a shift from passive dreaming to active planning and execution. This psychological shift is incredibly potent for productivity. Setting a deadline is far more than circling a date. It's making a profound commitment. This commitment acts as a powerful trigger, aligning our brains to clear goals and timelines. Without such a framework, our efforts scatter, lacking direction and prioritization. Imagine building a complex structure without a blueprint or completion date. You'd likely drift, endlessly experimenting, and probably never finish. A deadline is your dream's completion date, dissecting monumental goals into manageable mini-deadlines. This structured approach makes even daunting aspirations genuinely achievable. Think about common New Year's resolutions. Many declare intentions to get fit or learn a new skill, only for these resolutions to quickly dissolve. A primary reason is the absence of concrete deadlines and actionable steps. "I want to get fit" is merely a wish. Transform that into "I will run a 10K race by October 31st, consistently training 3 times a week." Suddenly, it gains traction. The deadline makes it specific, measurable, and time-bound, providing a tangible target, a clear finish line, and quantifiable progress. It becomes a constant, powerful motivator, reminding us daily that every effort counts. Beyond simply overcoming procrastination, deadlines are master cultivators of discipline. They inherently train us to manage our time more effectively, prioritize tasks with greater precision, and channel our energy where it yields the greatest impact. Each time you meet a deadline, irrespective of its scale, you build what I call the muscle of execution. This muscle grows stronger with every successful completion, reinforcing positive habits and bolstering your confidence. It ignites a virtuous cycle. Set a deadline, work diligently, achieve it, experience accomplishment, and that fuels the desire to conquer even more ambitious future deadlines. This burgeoning self-efficacy is absolutely vital for sustained, long-term success. But what happens when you miss a deadline? Is it an unrecoverable failure? Absolutely not. Missing a deadline, especially one you've self-imposed, offers invaluable feedback. It's not a reason to abandon your dream. Rather, it's a crucial opportunity to learn and adapt. Perhaps your initial timeline was overly optimistic. Maybe you underestimated a task's complexity, or perhaps you didn't allocate sufficient resources. Instead of perceiving it as a setback, view it as vital data. Analyze precisely what went wrong, adjust your approach, and set a new, more informed deadline. This iterative process, this continuous cycle of setting, striving, learning, and adjusting, is precisely how true mastery is ultimately achieved, profoundly refining your planning skills and making you far more realistic and effective in all your future endeavors. One of the most profound aspects of deadlines is their remarkable ability to create razor-sharp focus. In today's perpetually distracted world, finding uninterrupted time for deep, concentrated work can often feel like an impossible feat. However, when you have a firm deadline visibly looming, your brain automatically hones its focus. Non-essential tasks mercifully recede into the background, and your entire energy is directed unequivocally towards what truly needs to be done. This isn't about creating undue stress. It's about generating healthy, productive pressure that channels your attention and unlocks reserves of productivity you might not even realize you possessed. When the deadline is unequivocally clear, the path forward becomes equally clear. You spend significantly less time grappling with what to do next, and dramatically more time actually doing it. Furthermore, deadlines provide an indispensable framework for accountability. While self-imposed deadlines are inherently potent, their power can be profoundly amplified by sharing them with others. Inform a trusted friend, a supportive family member, or a respected mentor about your specific goal and its deadline. This public declaration creates an additional, robust layer of commitment. Knowing that someone else is aware of your objective can serve as an extraordinarily powerful motivator, providing that essential extra push when your personal motivation inevitably wanes. It transforms an internal desire into a shared expectation. The simple, yet powerful, act of saying "I will launch my podcast by the end of next month" to a supportive community can truly make all the difference between a project that ultimately gets done and one that tragically remains a perpetual maybe. Consider the stark difference between a professional project with a strict client deadline and a personal hobby project. While both can be thoroughly enjoyable, the professional project almost invariably sees completion with far greater urgency and meticulous precision, largely due to the external consequences intrinsically attached to missing its deadline. We can ingeniously harness this very same psychological leverage for our most cherished personal dreams. By making our personal deadlines concrete and, ideally, shareable, we effectively infuse them with an equivalent sense of weight and importance. It's about treating your personal growth and your deepest aspirations with precisely the same seriousness and unwavering commitment you would naturally give to a critical work assignment. Your dreams unequivocally deserve that same elevated level of commitment. Ultimately, embracing deadlines is about taking absolute ownership of your future. It represents a conscious shift from passive hope into deliberate, active creation. It's about deeply understanding that time itself is finite, and that intentional, focused action is the singular, true pathway to transforming abstract desires into tangible, concrete realities. Deadlines are not designed to restrict your creativity or limit your potential. Quite the contrary, They are meticulously engineered to liberate you from the debilitating cycle of procrastination and tragically unfulfilled potential. They provide the non-negotiable structure, the imperative urgency, and the unwavering accountability needed to transform your most cherished visions into accomplishments you can genuinely be proud of. They force you to clarify your intentions, strategically plan your steps, and resolutely commit to the journey ahead. So, how exactly do we effectively integrate this immensely powerful tool into the very fabric of our lives? It begins with a fundamental mindset shift. Instead of perceiving deadlines as oppressive burdens that weigh you down, start viewing them as invaluable allies, as friendly, guiding beacons that consistently keep you firmly on track. When you set a deadline for a significant dream, you are not merely picking an arbitrary date. You are consciously and deliberately designing your very own timeline for undeniable success. You are making a powerful declaration to the universe, and even more significantly, to yourself, that this particular dream is profoundly important enough to warrant your most focused effort and a clearly designated completion point. It's a bold, unequivocal statement, a resolute commitment to immediate, impactful action. Crucially, while deadlines are undeniably powerful, they must also be inherently realistic and judiciously flexible. The paramount aim isn't to create overwhelming, debilitating stress. Rather, it is to generate productive, motivating tension. Always begin by setting deadlines that feel challenging yet remain genuinely achievable. As you steadily gain invaluable experience and build robust confidence, you will naturally fine-tune your estimation skills for even more ambitious future timelines. The journey of transforming dreams into reality is a dynamic and often unpredictable one, frequently filled with unforeseen obstacles and unexpected opportunities alike. Be consistently prepared to adjust your deadlines when genuinely necessary, always steadfastly keeping the ultimate goal firmly in mind, but graciously allowing for life's natural ebb and flow. This adaptive approach fundamentally ensures that deadlines remain a potent tool for unwavering empowerment, rather than a debilitating source of constant anxiety. The true magic of deadlines isn't just in their initial setting, but in the disciplined, sustained, and focused daily effort you consistently invest. Every small, intentional step, every dedicated, focused hour, every single challenge gracefully overcome, inexorably builds momentum. This cumulative momentum is what ultimately propels and carries you across the finish line, magnificently transforming that once distant, abstract dream into a vibrant, truly living reality that you can physically touch and experience. Deadlines are emphatically not the end of your aspirations. On the contrary, they are the perfectly structured pathway to your beginning, a thrilling new chapter where your most profound aspirations no longer just exist fleetingly in your mind, but instead powerfully manifest and come alive in your very own world. So, as we've explored, the profound truth is, dreams die without deadlines. This isn't just a catchy phrase. It's a fundamental principle for turning your deepest desires into tangible achievements. Any aspiration, however grand, remains a mere concept unless anchored by a specific time limit. Without that anchor, dreams drift aimlessly, lost in the vast ocean of someday, never reaching reality. Deadlines provide crucial structure, a clear roadmap, and unwavering direction. They transform vague wishes into concrete, actionable steps, illuminating your path with clarity and purpose. Setting a deadline breathes life into an idea, elevating it from a whisper to a firm commitment. This isn't just external pressure, it's an internal pact, a promise to honor your potential. It fosters ownership, responsibility, and ignites motivation. It creates essential urgency, moving from passive contemplation to active execution. This urgency isn't stress. It's about respecting time, valuing aspirations, and preventing procrastination. Procrastination thrives without accountability. Nothing holds us accountable like a clear, impending date. We've highlighted the SMART framework, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound, as your ultimate tool for effective goal setting. This universal success language applies to any ambition. Dissecting a grand dream into smaller, manageable, time-bound objectives creates stepping stones, making the journey less daunting and more attainable. Each mini deadline you conquer becomes a victory, a powerful dopamine shot fueling momentum and building unshakable confidence. These consistent wins accumulate, building a robust habit of follow-through and a resilient mindset crucial for sustained progress and dream realization. Sharing deadlines with a trusted friend or family member introduces external accountability. Knowing someone else is aware of your commitment motivates you, pushing you forward even when internal drive wavers. For significant aspirations, a supportive person provides an extra nudge. It transforms a solitary endeavor into a shared journey, offering an encouraging witness and a gentle reminder if you stray. Embracing deadlines cultivates invaluable life skills impacting every facet of your existence. You develop laser-sharp focus, heightened task prioritization, and exemplary time management. Imagine consistently completing tasks ahead of schedule, the mental clarity from knowing what needs to be done, and the satisfaction of seeing efforts yield concrete results. This disciplined approach permeates daily life, making you more efficient, less stressed, and ultimately, more fulfilled. It's a foundational skill for personal growth, career advancement, and healthy relationships where consistency and follow-through are deeply valued. Deadlines aren't just about a due date, they are about mastering yourself. So, what is today's most important takeaway? Your dreams are precious, unique, and hold immense potential. But potential alone isn't enough. It's the action you take, propelled by clear commitments, that unlocks and transforms potential into reality. Don't let your visions languish in what if. Instead, give them the structure, urgency, and respect they deserve by assigning a definitive deadline. Now, it's your turn. I challenge you to pick just one dream, one you've nurtured, or a new one that sparked your imagination. Take a moment. Identify that dream. Apply the SMART principles. Make it specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and crucially, give it a firm, realistic completion date. Write it down. Share it below if comfortable. Let's build a community of dreamweavers and deadline setters. We'll inspire and encourage each other on this incredible journey. Remember, every day presents a fresh opportunity to take a small, deliberate step towards your grandest aspirations. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because the perfect moment is always now. Start today. Make a commitment. Set that deadline. Watch intentions solidify into actions, and actions inevitably build towards astounding achievements. Thank you for joining us today, for opening your mind to this powerful truth. We appreciate you being here, and eagerly look forward to our next insightful video. Keep dreaming, but most importantly, keep doing. Your future self will thank you.